Welcome to the channel, and today we are going to be previewing Manchester United's match against Southampton. This is a brand new style of content that I'm going to be bringing to the channel. I hope you guys are excited about it. I'm a Manchester United fan through and through, and I want to start doing a little bit more Manchester United related content on the channel. So if you are a Manchester United fan or just a football fan and you're interested, then get subscribing, get liking the video so I know there is support there for this type of content. We're going to be running through my preview of what I think, how we're going to line up, what I think will come of it, score predictions, and I want to see your suggestions in the comment section below. I'm going to try and do this as a new series on the channel. It's something fresh, it's something new. I'm really into this season and I'm hoping that we can absolutely smash it. So let's get into the preview. So as of recording this video, we are currently sat on Saturday the 21st of August, the day before Manchester United play against Southampton. And to be honest, I wanted to leave it to the closest point I could before putting up the video. It might not get as many views, but I wanted this, with this being my first preview of Manchester United's first team playing a game, I wanted to basically get everything covered as much as I could do, you know, as close to reality, should I say. So the starting lineup, if in case, let's just say somebody got injured, let's just say Harry Maguire tripped over and hurt his ankle, he still could, fingers crossed he doesn't, touch wood, touching the desk. But if that happened during today or whatever in training, then obviously leave it to the last minute. None of that actually happens. But for anybody who doesn't know, Manchester United kick off tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We are actually playing away from home against Southampton. To be honest, looking at the opponent, that's one thing I want to kind of focus on for the beginning part. We're going to get into the juicy stuff a little bit later on, which is the predicted lineup and how I think the score is going to fall. We will also be doing a review of this game, so if you're interested in that, let me know in the comment section below. Get subscribing for that as well. But the opponent, Southampton, they are a very hot and cold team. They've recently in this window just sold Danny Ings. A lot of people have been saying that this is a bad move on the half of Southampton, but to be honest, I kind of like it. And hear me out when I say this. We all know that Danny Ings is prolific when he's playing. He is quite injury prone and did actually miss a chunk of last season. Now, they've actually managed to have him with a very solid partner up top, Che Adams, or as the Scottish fans would call him, Che Adams, who managed to work in a very good partnership last season when he was out managing to take over that kind of leading front man line kind of position. Something that Tottenham nearly said, no, Southampton were really looking for, and I think because they had that security in a striker, similar to what happened with Tottenham actually. I think that's why they were on my mind when they lost Harry Kane a few seasons back when the documentary was, and then Son managed to step into that role. I think there is that kind of logic that, you know, they have that backup, and then obviously in this window, if Tottenham sold Kane, they would have that secure striker, and then that striker to build up trust, build up the feel for the league or the feel for the team before bedding in fully. And I do think that is the same. So basically, they have actually gone and bought Adam Armstrong from the Championship. This is Southampton, not Tottenham. And I think this is a fantastic signing. Such a fantastic signing. I actually put him in my fantasy team. I was looking for a cheap striker, and I know that he absolutely ripped it up last season in the Championship. I think everybody's been going on about Ivan Toney. I think he scored something like 33 goals in the Championship last season. But do not sleep on Adam Armstrong. And this is not just for FPL. This is for just real life. This guy is a solid striker. He's been plying his trade out for years. Couldn't quite make it at Newcastle. Had a few loans out and then eventually moved. And he has grown into his own. I think he's only like 23, 24 years old. So still so young for a player. But he scored something like 28 goals in the Championship last season. This guy can score goals. Now, he's working up top in a partnership. I believe that Southampton have been playing a 4-4-2 formation, but he works in this partnership with Che Adams, and already on the first game week, they already managed to pair up and managed to get a goal. I do feel like these two up front will help them. It's a tough one with Southampton. I think they're going to concede goals. They've actually just sold Vestergaard in this window. So I think they need that upper body strength, if you imagine, that attack side of things to be covered. And I do think they will have that. I think Gineppo is a fantastic player. Gineppo out on the left wing, really quick, skillful player. But this is the kind of player that you need to pair up with these kind of players up top. Talking Che Adams, talking Adam Armstrong. Who do they have on the other wing? Is it Stephen Adams? I think Stephen Adams plays like right mid for them as well. So overall, a very, very solid team up top, attacking. James Ward-Prowse got the set pieces covered. Is he going to be sold in this window? I would advise them strongly not to sell him. And then Romeu, I believe, the playing kind of centre defensive mid, kind of covering that back line and helping the centre halves. But like I said, that attacking front line for them is going to be crucial this season. So I can see them being quite an attacking team as the season progresses as well, because they're going to realise this back line maybe needs a little bit of help. So let's push on and attack. The upside for us is we're only in the second game week, so I do feel like they are still bedding in, still kind of feeling the new team. Like I said, they sold Vestergaard, a crucial centre-half. I think that's a worse selling for them than Danny Ings was. I think Danny Ings is injury prone. Selling him to Aston Villa and getting the money and getting it done, and then getting in Adams Armstrong was fantastic. But I still think that back line needs a lot of work. They still have McCarthy in net. They still have Walker-Peters, I believe, will be starting for them at right back. Bentnerek, Salisu, and then Perud, I think, is out on the left back position as well. So overall, a very, very fresh, young, still kind of bending in back line, and I do think they need to start scoring goals. Luckily for us, early in the season, and I still think they need a little bit of time to bed in. So lining up with our squad, I do think we're going to line up with the squad kind of similar to the squad that we saw line up against Leeds. I mean, we smashed Leeds 5-1. I know it was at home, it's starting game of the season, and to be honest, Leeds are a similar team to what I just mentioned about Southampton. They're quite an attacking team, and if it isn't going right for them, they keep pushing on that attack and leave themselves open at the back, which can result in a 5-1 scoreline, which seems a lot worse when the game is actually a little bit more even on paper or even in the game, but they just leave themselves open. And I do think Tottenham, keep wanting to call them Tottenham, Southampton have the same issue as well. So hopefully that will come true tomorrow. Overall, let's run through the lineup. So the predicted lineup that I'm going to go with is I'm going to go with De Gea in net. I'm going to go with Luke Shaw at left back position, Harry Maguire at the left centre back position, and I would love to see Raphael Varane, but I am going to go with Victor Lindelof. He had a very, very solid game last game. I think he needs a bit more. I think Varane needs a bit more time. Like I said, maybe he could start, but I think Ollie just won't. I think Lindelof had a good game last game, and I don't think he's going to turn his back on him. I think he wants to also show Lindelof that if the quality is there, if you're there in training, these three positions aren't solid. You know, you three as centre halves. Harry Maguire is solid as captain, but you and Varane, even though Varane's coming in with status, I want you to know that you are there as a backup centre-back. You are there for the maybe smaller games, FA Cup games, but also you are a key, crucial member to this team because Raphael Varane drops out with injury, Harry Maguire drops out with injury. You are there to step in. You are still part of this squad. So I think Lindelof will start. I would love to see Varane, but I don't think that's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not getting my hopes up. I think Wan-Bissaka starts at right back, obviously. I think Delot looked really, really good in pre-season, but I don't know where he fits into the squad. But I think, yeah, obviously Wan-Bissaka is still going to start there. The midfield, which I'm still uncertain about, I really, really am. I just don't know if Fred is a Manchester United player, but we're still going to go with it. We're going to go with McTominay at the left centre defensive mid position. Fred at the right centre defensive mid position. This is where it gets tasty. 4 assists Pogba. Let's just clear this up. 3 assists all last season Pogba got. 4 in the first game week. What is going on there? Pogba out on the left wing, left mid position. I think he's still going to stick there. You can't drop him after a performance like that. Absolutely. Please just want him to kick on and have an incredible season and then sign that contract. Bruno Fernandes in the midfield. Centre attacking mid, 10 position, smashing it all day. That's undebatable. He's there for sure. Sancho, I think, does get a start. I think he does. I think it has to. I think one of our new signings is definitely going to come in, if not both. But I do think for certain, I think nailed on Sancho is in this squad at that right mid position. It's needed. I would love for him to start at a home game and the fans all being there for him starting, but I do think this will be the game for him to start at that right mid position, and I'm really, really looking forward. Eyes will be on him tomorrow. And then obviously, Up top, I am going to go Mason Greenwood. He had a fantastic performance. Really looks like he's growing into himself. Kind of had a bit of an off season at the beginning of last season and then grew into the season last season near the back end. And I think he's pushing that on further. Working in training with attacking coaches and attacking players, like with the experience of Edison Cavani, it's undoubtedly going to help you. Really will. So yeah. I think Mason Greenwood keeps his spot. Edison Cavani has been back in training this week, so he most likely will feature on the bench. But I am going to say that maybe with a substitution later on in the game, I think Cavani will get some minutes in this Southampton game just to kind of close it out. Hopefully not have to need him later on in the game to score something. But I think Greenwood gets that start up top. So that's my predicted lineup. Let me know yours in the comment section below. I'm going to go with... what are we going with? I'm going to go with 3-1. I think 3-1... I think a clean sheet is hard away from home, but like I said, I think Southampton will push for that attack. I think I can see us maybe scoring 1 or 2, and then this leading Southampton to push a little bit more, open up areas just to try and win back the game, leading to them potentially getting a goal and then us maybe snatching one at the dying embers. Maybe a substitution coming on like a Dan James, maybe just coming on quick pace, hitting them from behind and then getting in there. Either getting in there, like I said, Cavani as well, an experienced striker with unexperienced back line. That's a combination that you want to be wary of as well. So interesting stuff. I think 3-1's a fair scoreline. We have got a few more stats that I've got up on my screen that I researched into. Just for anybody who is wondering, Marcus Rashford is still out injured. Tellez is still out injured. Doubtful for the match are Dean Henderson, who is actually recovering from long COVID still, so wish him all the best and hope he's back to full fitness very soon. Edison Cavani, as we mentioned, I do think he is doubtful. I've got him listed down as doubtful on here. I think he's been back in training and he might get a couple of minutes later on in the game. And then Phil Jones is out as well. A few more things, like I said, if I scroll through here. It's an interesting one, but I'm going to read them out. Whether you take on some of these facts, these kind of interesting stats, is up to you. But they're just good to mention. So Manchester United are undefeated in their last 26 away matches. It's very good going, but records are there to be broken. So I hope I haven't jinxed it by mentioning this, but let's make it 27, lads. Moving on from there as well, Manchester United are undefeated in their last 13 away matches against Southampton in all competitions. What is going on there? So yeah, 13 times we've played Southampton away, we've beat them in all competitions. That is an unreal stat, and if that doesn't set you up for obvious thrashing, then... I've jinxed it. Oh, please don't beat us now. Southampton have lost their last 3 matches in the Premier League as well. That's kind of an unusual one, like I said. That is listed, but at the same time, you're crossing over into last season, the last 2 matches of last season. This is a completely different squad. I mean, if you look at them last season, didn't they lose 9-0 twice or 9-1? I mean, it's not good going for Hasenhüttl, and I am surprised he still has a job, but hopefully he can kind of get a bit more of a solid squad and not let in that many. But, I mean, I'm not against it tomorrow, let's just say. And then moving on from there, we also have Southampton have seen over 2.5 goals in their last 5 of 6 matches against Manchester United in all competitions. For anybody wondering, that's basically just saying 2.5 goals have been scored in the match against Southampton that we have played against them. So it looks like it will be a high-scoring scoreline. That's why I went with 3-1. Hopefully, with Pogba looking on fire, Bruno looking on fire, Sancho coming in ready to prove something, Mason Greenwood developing every single game. Honestly, I can't wait to see him develop into the top player that he definitely will. Honestly, I'm claiming it now. I know he will be top quality, and I know lots of people say that already, but it's just, honestly, where is the ceiling for this kid? It's unreal that he's 19. I watch a lot of the under-23s. I've started watching them a lot more and doing videos on the channel. And the quality of Mason Greenwood at 19 against some of these lads, honestly, no slight on some of these lads, but Mason Greenwood is just, he's different gravy, honestly. He really is. It's just unreal. So really excited to see that come to fruition as well. We can have a quick read through of some more stats before we wrap up if you are interested. Manchester United have scored at least 2 goals in their last 5 of 6 matches against Southampton in all competition. So yeah, it's looking like we will at least score 2 on the statistics side of stuff, but God knows, God really does know. Southampton have conceded at least 2 goals in their last 3 matches in the Premier League as well. So sets us up for at least scoring 2. I can see it being a 2-0 maybe as well. Those stats line up to that as well, but I'm going strong with a 3-1. I don't think we'll get that clean sheet. I think we need to potentially solidify that a little bit more, and Raphael Varane will help us for that. Hopefully Dean Henderson as well will fight with De Gea for that first team goalkeeper spot this season. And yeah, overall just building up to a stronger team. Exactly what happened with Luke Shaw last season with Alex Telles, the signing of him. Spurred him on to push and grit in a little bit further, and I think we can get that with our centre halves this season. Potentially with our right back as well. I think Diego Dalot, although he is a more attacking right back, he's a fantastic right back, and he proved that in Serie A last season. So hopefully he can maybe develop Wan-Bissaka's game in training with him, but also building up both sides for both of them. I think Diego Dalot could do with a bit more defensive building up and helping gain experience in that area where Wan-Bissaka can help him, and then vice versa for Wan-Bissaka. I think he needs a little bit more experience on the attacking side of stuff from time to time. But we will just have to see, won't we? What are your predictions? What are your thoughts? Get them in the comment section below. Subscribe if you've not already, and be sure to follow for more Manchester United content. I'll see you in the near future. Adios!